All right, guys, so back at this job. This thing is beauty. These guys are doing a great job. They're going super tight, so all that needs to be done is caulk, but they're almost done. I left my scaffolding here, so it's working out perfect for them. You can go all the way across, but just here doing some minor stuff since it's super close to my house. Just that usually gets wrapped with the wood, the bottom sill, but I guess since it's so close to the baseboard, they don't want to wrap it. Minor stuff to me, but sometimes it needs to be done to be able to keep the ball moving. But I didn't mind, even though I don't like to come back to the job that I did a final punch on, well, pre-final, which is what we did over here. Look at that, that came out beautiful. So we did a pre-punch. I like to turn it over and then not come back till the very end, do all the trade damage, but this one is about 2 minutes away, 5 minutes away from my house, so no biggie. They had to shrink the closet. But yeah, minor stuff. Other than that, thankfully, everything looks super good. The level 5 looks great. The painters did an awesome job. There's hardly any dust on the walls or drips, so it looks like the final punch is going to be fairly easy. Cross our fingers. But yeah, just thought I'd give you guys an update. Hello. So I'm back here today, finishing up. Yesterday we sprayed this. I was touching up that texture with the sponge, but there was a bigger patch, so I decided to come back today with the actual brush. So what I'm doing is I'm rolling it on nice and thin, and then just stamping it with that to get that perfect match. I did this ceiling already. This is the big patch, and this is existing. So it blends in nicely. But yeah, this was all done yesterday. That over there was done with the sponge, so good enough for that high. All right, let me finish this up and then go see what the guys are doing. Hey, what's up guys? Memo here from CNS Drywall. We're going to be running the roller, 18-inch roller on all the butt joints. This house is sanded, second coated. We're touching up for tomorrow texture. We're going to be using the 24-inch Columbia Tomahawk with the mini matrix handle, which is perfect for this 8-foot ceiling. We can adjust it. We're going to be doing all the wall butts and ceiling. You can just adjust it to whatever you want and then go for it. Well, we're going to be hitting all the butt joints while the guys do spot touch up. Carlos here is mixing. So I got asked on YouTube about how to mix your mud. So you want to make sure that it's fairly thinned down, not super watery so it doesn't fall all over the place. But when you're mixing, you want to make sure that you're not gouging into the corners, because if you are, you're going to get a lot of shavings. And if you're not doing that and you're still getting shavings, then it's two things. Either your paddle is too sharp, so that's what's causing all that trash to go in, or your paddle is too old and it's been sharpened through. It happens like after a couple years. I've had to get rid of some paddles, even though they were still physically solid. They were too sharp on the edge and they were cutting into all the buckets. We find that the level 5 paddle is one of the best for mixing and to avoid gouging your buckets. So, once he mixes it, You dump it in here, and then roll, skim. But we'll let it mix first. You're gonna wanna skim it a little bit past the butt joint. And you could do this by yourself, or you could do this with somebody rolling it. It goes by a lot faster if it's one person rolling and one person wiping. But yeah, that's all he does. Bang it out twice. The guy with the blade, just pull it tight. It also helps greatly if you have a cart. That way, you guys just roll right out. So what you're trying to do is just pull it tight, create a nice skim. So when you're getting ready to sand, all you do is give it a quick pass. But if I was skimming, what I would want to do is, I would want to treat this like an extension of my knife, as if I was doing it by hand. So what I mean by that is, you're going to want to put pressure on one side, similar to if you were coating by hand. That way, rather than digging in, you leave a lap mark that's easily sand, rather than gouging it. Like you see right here how it looks like the tape is still showing. Just add a little bit more mud. And it's just going to take some practice. This doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be orange peel. So I'm okay with leaving a little bit more lap marks. Just give it a quick sand. But this is especially beneficial if it's higher ceilings. That way you avoid having to go on stilts. You can see it doesn't take that much effort. Once you get used to it, you just keep going. So all it is, it's going to take some practice as far as learning how to wipe. But once you use this for at least a week or two, you'll be set. And then if you're waiting for the roller, just go ahead and clean out whatever butt joints are next. So the good thing about using it with a box handle is that you can change the yeah, so we pretty much hit all the butts, with the exception of these ones. We just skip, we'll do it by hand. It's already been hit by hand. This one, Carlos missed, but you could still do it with whatever left over you have on your blade. No biggie, good to go. What was that, bro? Yeah, the Milani, the knockdown. All right, so I'm back at this job, bringing the ladder and plank to these guys. Brian and them are hanging upstairs, so let's see what they got done. Down here is gonna have to wait till the deck gets waterproofed because half of it is inside the roof, so it's getting wet. Meaning this wraparound deck that they built is right above us, so when it rains it's getting wet. So this has to get 100% watertight before we hang anything to prevent mold. And hopefully they do a awesome job, because you don't want that to be an issue down the line a couple years from now.